Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Garrett, and welcome back to the Coalition of Friends YouTube channel. We are going to talk about It Chapter 2 today. I just saw it, and it's Sunday. Sorry, I really love ices. I loved it. It was fantastic. It was scary. It was thrilling. It was humorous. It was well shot, really well shot. And I'll get into some of the things later about that. Spoiler-free review. The scares are really effective, and there's more of a variety of scares in the first one. A lot of in the first one, it's just things like jiggling and running at you and like CG motion. I feel like some things in here were that, and it's a little bit of a problem I have. It relied on too much CG, but otherwise, I really liked it. The music was great, and I highly, highly suggest you watch this. This is continuing the story of a modern classic horror novel and movie. That 1 and 2, just put them together, watch them at one time. It works very much as a movie. It's not two separate things, which they are, but you can put them together and have still one full cohesive story. And that's what I really enjoyed. That's what I was afraid that it wasn't going to stick the landing that the first movie did so well in having these bunch of friends that come together because they're in this tough situation, and their chemistry was perfect, and it still goes into this movie even though they're different actors, and it works so well. Let's get into the spoilers for this movie. I knew about Stanley killing himself from the miniseries. So that wasn't a shock to me, because I remembered when he got into the bathtub, like what was about to happen, and I'm surprised they showed it. I think the opening scene with the gay couple and the homophobes, bullies, whatnot, I understand why they did it. In the first movie, we got a little bit of like a racism discussion with Mike and everything. And this time, they're giving us the chance to discuss homophobia and how people just shouldn't care, especially with Richie's story arc in this movie, and him being bullied for possibly being gay and being called the F word, and the fact that he still embraced it. Sure, he kept it hidden, but he had his way putting his initial and then Eddie's in the end on there, and that was very sweet to see. I don't know if the other characters realized that at the end, with Eddie's passing, how Richie, why Richie was taking it so much. But I think it works. I think the acting is phenomenal. You have your leads, of course. Your main star leads that everyone knows. Bill Hader, James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain. I love all three. All three could do no wrong. James McAvoy is just an amazing actor. He deserves many an Oscar, future and otherwise. Bill Skarsgård, again, gives Pennywise such a deep character, and even this more, you have the revenge of Pennywise. You have 27 years ago, he lost kids, And now he's back, and you see a darker side of him. You see him starting to twist with their minds, taking what they had forgotten in Derry, which everyone did forget, and other than Mike, because he stayed in Derry. And it was so good to see Bill Skarsgård just blow away everyone else. My favorite scene that he did was when Jessica Chastain is in the house, and you get that whole sequence of her talking to the old lady, which I already knew was Pennywise because I saw that clip that was released. I did not need to see old woman boobs that were CG. No, thank you. So that was fine in the end, I guess. It was an effective, I think, and then she's trying to leave through the house, and it turns into, like, where the hallway is, and she's at the door, and then Pennywise is on the other side. But this is when we actually get to see Bill Skarsgård as, like, Bill Skarsgård. And he's doing what kind of, like, the clown thing in Terrifier, when he's, like, putting makeup on and everything all over his face, and then to get the eyes, he literally just rips his skin open to get the red lines. And it was such an effective thing because you're getting to know Pennywise as a character, not just as a villain or the bad entity. I like that this actually goes into more of what's in the book. I haven't read the book, but I know what's in the book for the most part, other than we didn't need to see the orgy, and I'm really glad we didn't see the orgy at all. We really didn't need the orgy. I'm going to get blocked because I'm saying orgy too many times. And for this movie, we have side actors who I don't know. We have basically a younger Denzel Washington. That's who he reminded me of, because he just has that bravado in acting. He has the ability to take control of the scene, and even though he's misleading people, you understand why. The ritual, as people understood it, you had to die, and that's what he removed. I believe that's what I took from it. If that's not what it was, comment down below, let me know. And I think he was great. The new actor for Ben, very good looking, very nice abs. He's able to stand next to Jessica Chastain, and you get the chemistry between them when they kiss, which that underwater kiss is fantastic, very well done, well shot. I could not believe how good he was. And then the actor who plays Eddie, even the adult actor who plays Stanley, everyone does a phenomenal job in their role. We get the kids again, and I think they shot their scenes, most of their scenes, when they were younger, so around like 2016 when they filmed the first one, because the first movie came out in 2017, so like 2015, 2016 when they filmed. Because I know, like, Film Wolfhard has at least grown up more and looks a lot different than he does in the movie. And when, like, for James McAvoy and the actor who plays young Bill, when they're on screen in that scene together of, like, whether or not it was actually his fault that Georgie died because he didn't want to go out and play in the rain. It was so effective and heart-wrenching to see adult Bill have to shoot himself and put down his fears and blame for Georgie's death. And I think this movie does a lot better at him handling his characters better, giving them those emotional beats, really feeding into those emotional stuff. I really enjoyed it. Filmmaking perspective, the cinematography is fantastic. When we meet adult Ben and when we transition to Stanley, it goes from panning up Ben's house, and then you see the stars, and then it goes into the stars, and they're puzzle pieces. It's empty puzzle pieces, and you go through them into that. And I was like, that's really cool. Like, audibly, I was like, that's so cool. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I just gotta give her props. I think I was scared. I hate seeing kids die. Like that whole mirrors maze scene. I fully thought that he was gonna save that kid, and in the end, no. But it also confuses me because after Pennywise attacks the kid and the blood thing's there, the light goes out, and everything's fine. So does Pennywise have control over other people's blood and to like keep it clean? So I don't know if like the kid actually died or not. I don't know. It could have just been Pennywise manipulating the whole situation. That was my favorite, like super tense scene. I don't like the CGI jerking running thing. We got that a lot with Egghead in the basement, Pennywise a couple times in the first movie, and we got that with the Burning Head Beverly, with the old lady with boobs running around like giant and what so. I wish things were more practically done. I think the fact that I think because of how Pennywise and his powers work, the CG makes more sense because you have to fit in the realism of it. That whole fortune cookie scene was so effective in letting characters know that something is wrong, and then seeing Pennywise's powers become real again, and they're realizing it for the first time that, hey, something is going on and you need to take action, or for some characters to decide to leave. Bringing Henry Bowers back. So I saw in like a TV trailer that he like, it's an upside down shot, and he wakes up in the water and from falling down into the well, so he's alive. I thought that was going to be present day, but no, it was past day, like previous movies time period. And so he grows up in a mental institution because he is mentally crazy. I really would have enjoyed it if, for some magical reason, he was preserved and just like frozen whatsoever and popped out as his still kid, who was just a phenomenal actor. He does so well in that first movie, and I just so. He just became a bump in the road, and it was not really effective in him being a villain so much. Because he's this imposing threat. He's the big bully of these kids. And maybe it's because that the kids have now grown up and are able to, you know, get past their bullies and whatnot. Maybe that's why. But I don't know. I really would have rather have seen Ben be the one to have killed Bowers. And then that whole thing when they're in the house and they're split apart, and that Spiderhead with Stanley Spiderhead, God, that was crazy. And then with like Ben getting written on his stomach and whatnot, and you just see in the mirror that it's Pennywise doing it, and he starts putting it up to his throat, and then Jessica Chastain hits the mirror and whatnot. I could go on and on about this movie forever. But like this review is, it's 15 minutes or less, and that's how much you're gonna get out of me. If you want to learn more, hit me up. Down in the description below there'll be my Instagram at Garrett_Odin23, and you can hit me up on there and let's talk about the movie. Otherwise, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to watch more of what I have to make, hit subscribe, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and that you'll float too.